colors says everything to me. It speaks to me when I'm painting. The colors look at me and say, pick me, pick me. So when I want to make myself happy, I stare into the colors.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it. You'll feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone. So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam. So
by 220 or 320. I suppose don't be one better.
At this point, I contest my jam.
I want to close the show. I can go. I can. Okay. That's all we can take. I choose to close the show. Ladies and gentlemen, number one, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say a recap done in time.
It's Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Urayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Good morning. How you doing? Don't worry, we'll talk just about your matter later. Let's not finish.
I know. I'm not even going to talk about that because I know we are just talking about that one.
Yeah.
I went on a surprise trip last week.
Nice.
The French government sent me tickets, everything to go for that dinner in Paris. I saw how the other 10% of Nigerians live, how the rest of us are suffering. This is how I was looking.
You enjoyed it.
I enjoyed myself. I was very happy. And then I got to go and see my grandchildren, that was just the icing on the cake. I forgot to share that video with you because they didn't know I was coming.
It was a huge
the only person that knew that I was coming was my daughter.
Of course.
And so she was ready when I was entering with the video. I will show you the video.
I can get that just later, but how was it dining with the president, you know?
Is that the one you want to gist about?
Yes, now.
Nima has a new car.
Hey! I didn't know now. Congratulations! Are you for real?
Loving and sweet like that.
Are you for real? Oh, Jacob, Mom, we didn't hear.
Why you do like this?
Oh, my God,
It's her car. It's her car. It's her car. He bought it for her.
Thank you, Jehovah Almighty. Thank you, Lord.
This year is not over. This year is not over until we win.
I'm telling you. Congratulations.
I know that was
I need to sell my friends.
Congratulations. Well, congratulations.
If anybody wants to, she's for sale.
She says, please come and buy me. She wants to sell me.
Congratulations. How are you doing, Nima?
I'm fine. I'm grateful to God. So I wanted to talk about the young girls I saw at the Fadri Center. Young, all of them, and they knew your view. They knew each person's name. They have memorized the Quran. They are doing well in the academics. So they take a break from Western education, do 2 years of Quranic memorization, then go back to their Western education. And they know a bit of everything, farming. You know, they said, you need to sit down And as I was about to leave, they say, you can't leave, you need to sit down and give us advice. So they put their chairs around me. I still have pictures. And
oh, that's so sweet.
They put their chairs around me and made sure that I talk to them, advise them. I just want to say thank you to Alhaji Zikrullah Hassan for putting this together. He had traveled a lot and seen this in other countries and decided to replicate it here. So thank you, San. Thank you to the girls.
Oh, fantastic.
Their name, Mariam, Sumaya, Nuseba. They say I should call their names. And I hope that their mothers are watching so they can share it. And not cram
fantastic.
On many. All their names.
Tokwe, how you doing?
I'm very good. Grateful to God for life. Today is a very, very important day. Very important. Every December 10, I celebrate a very important person to me. Happy birthday, Mr. Mark Odige.
Oh!
The love of my life. So I've already sent him a long. I was like, before
today is not November 10 now.
December, December 10. Okay. So I sent a very long. Woke up this morning, composed plenty messages. My husband started this year and was like, oh, I want to take fitness very, very seriously. And everybody felt that he was not going to take it seriously. As in the level of dedication, I just have to acknowledge his growth. Acknowledge the fact that we already have our goals for next year written. This is growth because we didn't used to like doing things like that. I'm grateful for the husband I have and his willingness to listen to me and work on himself constantly because we are all work in progress. We have not bought anything yet. But we will buy. We are going to watch movie today. We're watching Gladiators 2 because he loved Gladiator 1. So when I told him I was taking him, he said, Gladiator 2, fantastic. So that's what we're doing today.
So I'm so happy. All of you. Congratulations to your husband.
Thank you.
But I posted a video about a young man, Tomilola Adeniro, who was graduated from University of Pan Atlantic University. And he gave an amazing speech. And while I was watching that video, I was just shedding tears. And what made me cry was the fact that, you know, this is the kind of Nigerians, this is the refined, grown, cooked Nigerians that we export, right? And these are the ones that will go do them. They know why they're traveling abroad. But compared to those that we just ship at 15, 16, I'm trying to pitch my words very carefully. I'm trying to show that this is a Nigerian who is well cooked. This is a Nigerian that knows where he's going. He understands the responsibility. If he goes abroad, he knows what he's going there to go and learn. He knows what he's going to get there to do to help himself and probably his society. So I was so proud of how he was speaking, how confident our product, a Nigerian trained university graduate, was speaking with confidence. Because I look at him wondering, why? I mean, it's a conversation we need to have. Maybe not today, but we really need to look at how the difference in when you say somebody is refined, locally refined, but globally relevant.
I love that. That's a powerful quote.
I think, really and truly, you can actually refine them there, and they can still come back here and be relevant. When I say that, I mean, I think the formative years should be here.
Yes.
For every child. Formative years here, and then maybe if you have money, you send them to university abroad. So they have. So when they come, they have a balance. Yeah, and then
it's debatable. We'll have the conversation.
Because Made, I'm using Made as my own case study. Made went up to A levels here, or no, O levels, and then went. Oh, sorry. But he's come back, and even we wanted him to stay there. He said, no, he's coming home. And he's home.
So it's a conversation we're going to have with the different sides of it. But look, it's good to have a conversation. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, look at the front pages of the paper. Stay with us.
Sorry, it's my fault.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. CJN, how to stop conflicting rulings. NANTA seeks extension of FCC PC probe of Air Peace to other airlines. Obi visits Afe Babalola in Ado Ekiti. Better days ahead with Tinubu's reform, says a mockery. And Ramfak insists on constitutional rights to VAT allocation. Okay, which story?
Okay, so I wanted to quickly tell you, almost all the papers.
It is an advertisement.
No, just to explain to our people that these are the job people and this is how they reconnect. So we are used to pilgrimage to Israel and to Saudi Arabia, but we don't know that our people also do these things. So those are people's ancestral lineages or homes. Okay. So the Agbadagbabao is the ancestral home, the first settlement of the Ijos when they settled back in the 1020s.
Okay.
Yes, and then they divided because of conflicts and all of that, and spread across all the way to Sierra Leone, to every country along the coastal areas. And so kings in Ijaw communities once in a while go back to that central home on pilgrimage, and when they are done, they come out of it. And so you can see the pictures so that people will just Google and learn a bit of our ancestry.
Okay,
very interesting. But when I
know about it.
I love reading things like that. I took time off.
I think it's really interesting.
It's very interesting, So where is the Agbadagbao?
Google even has it. When I checked it, Google carry direction, go there. So there's a place in the central Ijaw, that's between the middle of Bayelsa, the Delta and all those areas central, where they gather, which is supposed to be the ancestral. But I'll read more on it so that I can know better.
Thank you. Thank you for education.
Let me talk about CJN. So the CJN yesterday, that's Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kudirat Kekere-Ekun, yesterday prescribed the solution to conflicting rulings by judges of courts of coordinate jurisdiction. Speaking yesterday about the Court of Appeal, where panels have delivered conflicting judgments. She advocated conferences by the justices. The issue of, according to her, the issue of conflicting decision is one of great concern in our community, and one of these reasons that we have conflicting decisions is because many panels do not hold conferences to discuss all the reserved judgments. It is strongly recommended, therefore, that conferences be held. I cannot overemphasize this point. We are an appellate court for a reason, and the reason is to have several heads are better than one. So holding conferences, exchanging opinions and ideas on matters that come before us is extremely essential for better rulings and judgments going forward. Okay,
so I have NANTA. So the National Association of Nigerian Travel Agencies yesterday called for an extension of the probe that the FCCPC is doing. That's the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission is doing probing of Air Peace airline and some infractions in their ticketing. And they've asked that, they've commended the FCCPC. They've also asked that it should be extended to all local airlines. They said that the exploitative ticketing pricing and violation of consumer rights in Nigeria is something that should worry anybody, and that ticketing, especially that of domestic travels, has fallen short of required standards nationally. So they're just commending them and asking them to extend. They're also offering to bring in some form of expertise or evidence that is required as an agency body. They have more to say. Read the Nation for details.
So the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in 2023, Mr. Peter Obi, visited the founder of the Afe Babalola University, Are Onakakanfo. Is it? No, sorry, Are Afe Babalola.
Yes, yeah.
And they think it's in connection with the Pharaoh Timi case, though he declined to talk to reporters when he came out. They were in there for 2 hours, a 2-hour meeting. He first visited Pharaoh Timi, and then he went to see the Are. He didn't say much, like I said. He just
wait for. I think they postponed the judgment to sometime in January.
It's been granted bail.
It's been granted bail, but there's a case.
January, 50 million bail.
They brought him. They said the police brought him in handcuffs to the court.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Okay, let me quickly take the Ramfak story. the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, RAMFAC, has joined the people talking about the new adjustments that is being proposed to tax bill. So they said that constitutionally they are the only ones that have a right concerning the VAT, that they are the only ones that can produce a formula for how the VAT is being shared. The new bill proposes 10% to the federal government and 90% shared between states and local governments based on the capacity of generation. And they have thrown their hat into the ring to say that there is a risk of public perception. They are claiming that it would undermine national unity if there is a discrepancy between how the money is being shared, where some states that generate more earn more money. They also made a list of other things, but here's my personal opinion. I feel that this conversation, RMAFC, RAMFAC, joining the conversation at this point in time, especially when the president, when setting up the task committee, said every agency involved, every law that needs to be done will be done to ensure whatever recommendation made by this presidential task committee gets permitted. So everybody understanding the goal should align with the objective of the government. It's even a reform. So why would you not be saying that it's against the constitutional right?
It's even good that they are reminded us. We amend the constitution to cover. RAMFAC is not Nigeria.
Exactly. In the interest of Nigeria,
they should know. Thank you for the reminder.
Calm down. Let us really move to points. Those of us that have aligned with this tax reform, don't come and
put. They just want scatter
it. We are still trying to get the North to align. The punch. No vacancy comments. ACF, Atiku, others lampooned presidency over the 2027 poll. Sanwo-Olu opens Ifako Road and Bridge. Yuletide, Southeast, South FS jumped to 289,000. Ajayi files suit to stop Aiyedatiwa as Ondo governor. Nigeria's debt profile burden for current and next generation, says Obasanjo. Tax reform National Assembly caucus meetings delay talks with AGF. And over 3,200 Nigerians gained American citizenship via military services, US. Okay, let's take one story for the break.
Let me quickly take the National Assembly caucus meetings, very short. So, you know, the president had deferred that the AGF and particularly the AGF and the president of the Tax Reforms Committee meet with the caucuses of the National Assembly and do every clarity that they need. And so, unfortunately, this has not happened because of the various caucuses. According to this Punch report, let me just take the Southeast caucus. They said they are calling for broader consultation. Senator Abaribe, speaking on their behalf, clarified that the caucus, the Southeast, is not opposed to this, but they need extensive time for extensive engagement. And because of that, they've not been able to meet with the AGF.
Okay, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
Okay, that's all we can take.
I choose to
close the show. Ladies and gentlemen, number one, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person that used to sus? What is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam!
Yeah,
Today
we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's get to work now.
And Joe, we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay tuned. TVC Entertainment for pure entertainment.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Oh, wow. My typical day is filled with meetings, consultations, and of course, traffic. And that's all part of the hustle and bustle of city life. But the real fun starts when I can just settle down and catch up with all my favorite programs on TVC. Believe me,
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Any story, Punch?
Yes, so it's the season where our southeasterners tend to travel, and the domestic airlines have recorded increase in their fares to the tune of, they say, 100%, that Nigerians going to the southeast and south have complained about the fact that there are some one-way tickets have gone as high as 287,000 naira. 287,000 naira for a one-way ticket. They said the seasonal prices, the tickets are out of reach, and that they said it's based on economic challenges. Some places, Abuja is 162,000 naira, but they are now before December, but now it is as high as 238,000 naira. So the price hike, according to them, is not justifiable. So they listed different prices of different airlines for different states, but the one to southeast and the south is extremely high as compared to what it was in November. Let's be kind to one another. That's what
Okay,
I add to
the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, on Monday unveiled the Abiola Onijemo Link Road and a bridge in Ifako-Jayi, local government area of the state, and also launched the Alakbere, right next to us here, pedestrian bridge. Speaking during the unveiling, Sanwo-Olu, who earlier had actually also launched the Alakbere bridge, he said that today marks a significant milestone in our collective journey to build sustainable communities, improve connectivity, and enhance the quality of life of all Lagosians. It is immense pride and joy that he unveils the Abiola Onijemo Link Road with a bridge and a vital infrastructure project that links Abiola Street and Onijemo Street, separated for decades by a canal that created a divide between these vibrant communities. I remember I've been to that area and I have an idea what he's talking about. Also, the Alakbare, I also recall, interestingly, a truck ran right into that pedestrian bill. In my presence, I was driving through that place, and it was destroyed for many months. But within a year, it's been done and it's been commissioned. So
just have to commend Lagos State for that area, because the other side, the counterparts.
Moving on.
Okay, sorry, I was going to take the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, and the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission have expressed different views over the ongoing investigation over against Airpeace. The minister has described the FCPC statement on consumer complaints, saying it's bordering on alleged the airline is The agency is investigating the airline, saying the exploitation and customer rights violations. They are also investigating the banking, telecoms. But the minister is now defending Airpeace and the chief operating.
Yesterday, but I wanted to get the side of the FCCPC. I didn't read that story, but I didn't even know the papers.
Yeah, it's in the papers today.
He's our representative in this matter.
Yes, protecting
the people.
Yeah. So arbitrary flight tickets is just what Tokwe just
for Airpeace, even in this paper, the Airpeace in this paper, they said that in November the flight to a particular state was 94 and it jumped to 200 and something thousand.
Just like that.
287.
Yes, that's National Aviation Travel Agencies are also saying that it is global standard to be able to buy cheaper tickets ahead. That is not possible in Nigeria anymore. So what are they doing again? So let FCCPC help our lives.
Okay, moving on now to Daily Sun. Ghana PDP can ex-SCF scribe take INEC to task. That's concerning the recently concluded elections. Daily Faro to me appears in court in handcuffs, gets 50 million naira bill. AGF NBA insists on judicial independence, respect for rule of law. I think that's the only story we've not taken.
Okay, so
okay.
Go ahead. Let me just take the AGF. So at the 2024 annual conference of Court of Appeal Justices in Abuja, the AGF and the Minister for Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, also the NBA, emphasized the need for the independence of the judiciary. The AGF also used the opportunity to pledge to uphold the principle of judicial independence for the judiciary and also ensuring that the welfare of judges does not compromise that. So he said he will see to the welfare of the judges. He strides that each of the independent three arms of government are separate and exercise their powers separately, independently of each other, and that so he will guarantee that, but also guarantee that their welfare is cared for and each will not compromise the other.
Okay, so I have the story from a few people took the government, rather not government, they took INEC to task and they said that they expect more from INEC. Speaking concerning what happened in Ghana, the conversation came up that not just one person, but several people, the People's Democratic Party, the Christian Association of Nigeria, the former Secretary General of the Arewa Consultative Forum, have all taken the chairman of INEC to task, Yakub Mahmoud, to ask that he should do better. They said, without mincing words, that he should replicate in Nigeria what happened in Ghana's presidential election, without having to ask the losers to go to court. He reacted based on the fact that the Ghanaian election, there was congratulation, there was no controversy concerning how the election went, and the result, even though delayed, was accepted by all parties. He said in Nigeria, this is what we have done. We have to. They borrowed the leaf from us, and they are implementing it the second time. That is why the declaration of the result, of presidential result, was a lot faster than it used to be in the past. Many of them are expressing admiration for Ghanaian election, and they are holding INEC to do the same with the Nigerian election going forward.
The Nigerian Tribune, 2025 budget, MDA's risk zero allocation. Afe Babalola, Atorimi gets 50 million naira bill. How Port Harcourt refinery is over 90% complete, says NNPCL. Fight against corruption should begin from top, says Obasanjo. Edo Guba, tribunal receives 7 petitions adjourns sitting till December 18th. And Tinubu's re-election will cheat not, says article. Okay, which story?
Let me just quickly add more to the story of Ghana and Nigerian election. The truth is, the Ghanaian system of election that they are using in the past 2 elections was Nigeria's template. Like, they came to Nigeria to take our INEC's template, and it was successful. But under the current INEC chairman, 80% of election conducted by INEC has been contested in court. So if they learned from us and it works for them, how come it is no longer working for us?
What's the population again?
Complaining about. It's not about population. They learned from us and it worked under the other INEC chairman.
That Ghana learned from us. I have shown that Ghana also learned from us because Jonathan also conceded peacefully, and that election was
under Jega. So that's why they are calling out the leadership.
So what did this guy do wrong? I read the work on time.
Is 80% are going to court?
Well, let me take story.
I don't like talking about it because
the Edo tribunal, governorship tribunal in Edo,
according to the papers.
Yeah, according they are contesting the elections, the September 21 elections, and the chairman of the election tribunal gave a speech opening the tribunal sitting yesterday. But highlight of it was the clash of party people. So the APC supporters came in their shirt, the PDP supporters came in their shirt. Of course, then jam. And they said that they were attacking each other right in the sight of the police officers who were there. But the Tribune just carried it that they were running eketa sketeta.
You want to join your VPG team?
You're not a PG person.
Okay. Vanguard. I'm not sure the next story. Mountain electronic waste triggers health crisis in children. Who has that story?
I do. So this report is just an editorial in the Vanguard. Takes a report of how we have heaps of waste and how scavengers are also trying to separate the waste to get gold and other metals, copper and all of that happening around. So the UNICEF is saying they have a study that reveals that approximately 70% of children residing near e-waste dump sites or recycling areas develop elevated blood lead. That's the lead they use for levels in their blood, which leads to cognitive impairments, stunted growth, and neurological damage. And if you look around us, particularly in Lagos, fear of God will catch you. Also, in certain markets like Computer Village and all of those places, Arena, you will find people, separating and trying to, get recyclables from certain imported failed machines. So you have broken down computers, phones, and all of that. Where, that is quite dangerous. Such separation should not be happening. So it's a detailed 2-page.
Yeah, because they even give highlights. They said 70% of children near recycling areas are severely affected. Nigeria's e-waste challenge at alarming rate. 60,000 tons of second-hand electronics flow in annually. 60,000 tons
of it.
So we are now dumping ground.
Exactly. We have over 100,000 scavengers, informal recyclers roaming the streets, burning and discarding electronics to extract metals like copper and gold. If you live around my area on the Irede roads, I don't know what they burn every day. They will just be removing some. In fact, pole fell like this, cement pole. No, they have broken it. They remove all the metal inside. I don't know how. So somebody must check that, and they're calling on the...
90% of them are improperly disposed. Yeah. Can you remember that guy that collected those waste, was it Edo or somewhere like that? The guy died after, he was collecting all this...
electrical waste, and then he died from the toxins. The thing.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, move on to our hot topic of today. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Oh, wow. My typical day is filled with meetings, consultations, and of course, traffic. And that's all part of the hustle and bustle of city life. But the real fun starts when I can just settle down and catch up with all my favorite programs on TVC. Believe me, it's pure entertainment.
Oh, hello guys. Come closer. Now this is not a magic trick, but I'm about to show you the best breakfast show on television. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
This is Wake Up Nigeria.
On Wake Up Nigeria, we take your mornings from drab to fab. A quick look at the newspaper headlines to keep you updated on news and current affairs. There's sports, great features and places to go, and things to do. It's lights, cameras, and movie madness because we squeeze the best blockbusters into bite-sized reviews. Our award-winning and sometimes Guinness World-breaking chefs perform a culinary masterpiece every single morning inside of the kitchen that leaves us salivating and asking for more. Our book reviews is always a page-turner with thrilling stories, gripping memoirs, and fascinating tales. We keep you entertained with music performances, trending topics, and fun Friday games.
And on traffic today from Shasha bus stop.
So you guys plan to set me up?
Nah, 60 seconds is not enough to tell you all about Wake Up Nigeria. It's like trying to fit a T-Rex inside of a teacup. You'd have to tune in every morning at 7 a.m. to enjoy a whirlwind of excitement, laughter, and unforgettable moments. Wake Up Nigeria, your ticket to a fabulous start every weekday morning.
I am so sorry I'm late. I'm currently stuck in traffic. So sorry.
Hi, we're about to start the show.
Thanks for staying with us. So we have a guest on the show this morning. Joining us, the Regional Manager, North, East, and West Africa, Lola Masha for Bolt. She will be speaking on the recently launched Global Safety Campaign on Bolt app. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you. So tell us about this Global Safety Campaign that Bolt has just recently launched.
So Bolt is a global brand. We are in about 50 countries globally, and we realize that safety is one of our very top priorities.
Right.
And for us to be successful as a business, it's important that we prioritize the safety of both our riders and our drivers as well. Not simply just riders, but both riders and drivers. Bolt currently actually works with 150 million customers globally across the markets that we are in. In Africa, just as you said, we are in North Africa, West Africa, as well as in East Africa as well. Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda. And we are very excited about this campaign to continue to support and develop safety on the platform for both our riders and our drivers as well.
Right.
So your campaign announced that there is 100 million euro.
Yes.
That has been invested in safety, and I think people are curious about where exactly is this money going to. Can you elaborate on this huge investment? You know, where is the money being allocated? Why is Bolt investing so much money into safety?
It's a massive investment for us, and the reason why we've dedicated such huge resources to it is because it's a key priority for the business. It's going towards different parts of the business. It's going towards our product development to build new product features to ensure that our riders and drivers are safe. It's going into our marketing campaigns. You may have seen some of the billboards around town. It's going into different activities to also educate our riders and our drivers on the features that we have to protect them. Most people don't realize this, but there's over 500 people working at Bolt to ensure that every single ride that is taken is done safely and is done in a way that allows both parties to get back to their families in a safe fashion.
Okay, so how this campaign benefits riders and drivers in
Nigeria? In many ways. As you can imagine, when you book a boat ride, your key priority is to get home safely. And if that's not happening, guess what? You will not book the next boat ride. It's in our business interest to ensure that every single ride taken on the platform ends successfully. That there's no issue either on the rider side or on the driver side as well. And so the way it benefits riders and drivers is there's a sense of comfort that you are protected, first of all, that the company is thinking about you as you take that ride, and that you can get home safely to your loved ones without any issues whatsoever. It also helps our drivers quite a bit because they earn a living working on boat. And it's important that as they go to work every day, they don't feel threatened and that they actually feel that they can conduct their business in a safe fashion.
Right. What are some of these safety features, the specific safety features?
There are many features that Bolt has invested in to keep riders and drivers safe. The first is before you even book that ride, we verified our drivers. Every single driver has been verified on the Bolt platform. We've also launched our rider verification to ensure that also drivers are comfortable with the riders that they select or that they pick on each ride. When you are on the ride, you can share your trip with your loved ones. They are part of the app where you can decide to share the link to the trip with your loved ones, with your family, with your friends, so that they can also track how the trip is going and they can see if there are any issues along the way.
Right.
In addition to that, there are other features that we've developed while you're on the app. We have advanced trip monitoring that tells the driver and the rider, for example, if the ride has been stalled for a long period of time, we are aware of that and we can reach out and say, hey, are you okay? Is everything good or do you need help? And if you do need help, we actually have an emergency assist button that you can click, and that immediately goes to an emergency service response system that would take action and would check in on the trip to be sure that there is no funny business happening. Many users don't know about these features. So it's key that we keep educating riders that, look, you are safe, you are protected, and that you need to use these features as you take the ride and feel secure as you go on that ride on boat.
So different areas, different regions have unique safety issues. How do you therefore tailor safety measures in different regions based on where you find yourself? The north, the east, and all the areas?
Yes, so just as I mentioned, we are a global brand, and because of that, each market is very unique. The one thing that we do very well at Bolt is we are a data-driven organization. We leverage data to make decisions on what makes sense for the business. And that leads into how we customize the application, what types of features that we build, what types of campaigns that we run. So the way that we tailor to each region is to look at what trends we are observing and to then use those trends to make a decision on how best to expand the product for that particular region. For example, I mentioned earlier that we have driver verification as well as rider verification. In some markets, it's actually more important to focus on rider verification. Yes. So we've pushed harder on rider verification than on driver verification. Other markets, it's the reverse, right? The important thing is we're thinking about safety of each party, both the rider and the driver, as they take that trip with us, as they go about their day-to-day activities.
There's been a few incidents of attack of, drivers by, customers who hail these cabs. What are the safety measures that you have put in this car, your system, to ensure that your riders can get help faster, as fast as possible?
So I want to state that the volumes of rides on the platform is tremendous. I mean, we support millions and millions of trips globally every single day, right? These safety incidents are they occur across all platforms, but they're also quite rare relative to the volumes of trips that we support on the platform. While we promote safety on the platform, we also want to be sure that we are educating our users on how best to assist, on how best to request help. As I mentioned earlier, we have an emergency response system such that when the driver or the rider feels unsafe during that trip, they're able to literally push a button, and that sends a message to an emergency system that then steps in very quickly to respond.
So finally, what message do you have for riders and drivers about safety with both platforms.
Yes. So the overall message is, first, is to appreciate all of our users, right, on the platform. We can't grow as a business without the support of either our riders or of our drivers. We see ourselves as a platform that supports collaboration across all stakeholders, and we want to appreciate their continued business with us. And also to make them realize that we are here, right, to ensure that every single trip is successful. As I mentioned earlier, we have over 500 people that are working behind the scenes.
Within Nigeria?
Globally,
okay.
But they support the platform, and that same platform is used in Nigeria as well.
Okay.
So globally, and this also means that we're bringing the best from global best practice to the Nigerian market.
Okay, so this is a totally off point question, but I know that people watching right now are wondering, is there any discount for the season? Is Bolt going to be giving any form of discount, or is it like random? What is Bolt doing for people?
Yeah. Yes. No, we constantly have campaigns.
Okay.
We constantly have discounts. We constantly have bonuses that we give to our riders and to our drivers as well, to just appreciate their business and to encourage them to keep using Bolt. We are the top player in Nigeria, and we hope that with the support of our riders and drivers, we continue to remain #1.
Interesting.
Another totally off the, some drivers, you take some drivers, some Bolt drivers, or e-ride drivers, and then they say, we will not pay
off the meter.
Less off the meter. What do you do in that case? Is there a number we can call when you get that, or text that this driver, I'm doing it, but,
So step #1, please do not do it.
Your safety is not
because your safety is not assured. So when you take trips that are offline or that you negotiate with the driver, we cannot track that trip. You don't have access to all these features that I've just highlighted. You cannot inform us if something goes wrong. So you saving that 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira, please think about it carefully before you agree with that driver with that. So that's step #1. Please do not engage in offline trips. Now, yes, to your question, you can report that directly to us. On the app, there is a place where you can actually report and give feedback to our team, and we take that extremely seriously. Right. There are things that we do to ensure that we prevent that type of behavior on the platform.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Speaking with the regional manager, Lola Masha. I didn't even mention your name earlier, Miss Lola Masha. Welcome. Thank you so much for being part of the show today. We're going to go on a short break now. When we come back, we'll continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
I am so sorry I'm late. I'm currently stuck in traffic. So sorry.
We're about to start the show. Hey. Yeah. See, we're getting ready. We're going to start getting ready.
The show starts in 3, 2, and...
We're here again on your screens this beautiful morning doing what we do best. Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 20 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show. I can go. I can. That's all we can take. I choose to close the show, Father. Ladies and gentlemen, number one unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym though, you're getting fat. Cricket.
Thanks for staying with us. Kereo, Kereo. YK has an important information for Nigerians, because for those of you that watch this show, how many years now? 11 years?
Yes.
And YK has been here, and YK has only complained about one thing, and God has finally intervened. Hey, somebody shout hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So YK,
I can shout hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So YK, tell us what is going on. What is your testimony? What has God done?
I traveled and I came back on, I think it was Friday, and I was driving on the road. And Kwame, one of my brother's adopted kids, was driving me. So I said, "Come, is the road bad?" He said, "I think so." I don't know. I said, "The road seems bad." As you know how you are so used to suffering.
Hey.
The road is bad, though. It's not. It is. That's how we said going. The road was bad.
Hey. So are you saying, YK, wait, let me be sure I understand. Are you saying that Alagbole Ajuwon Road by the Ogun State government has been tarred? Are you sure?
Our own road particular. In fact, they are doing the whole stretch.
Wow.
They are going to the other road again.
Glory.
What the Lord can do does not exist.
What the Lord can see the
what God cannot do does not exist, though.
So YK has been talking about this road for years. And those of us who know about this road, we've been praying, fasting, and asking God for intervention, for the governor of Ogun State to intervene. And finally, God has answered our prayers. Your road is finally tarred. Congratulations.
And we are here to testify.
You are here to testify. So YK, so I hope you're not going to be doing 90 on that road. There's road.
When I came out of the road, the road today, they had put speed bumps.
Oh,
fantastic.
To reduce.
Because people will speed.
Yeah.
Because the road is so good.
Wow.
So they had put speed bumps, and I was very happy because I could see that my driver was even ready to start speeding. Just met speed bumps.
When I told my husband, I was looking for, we're doing, I'm celebrating with YK today in...
yes, so...
I'm celebrating, I wore Ashwebi. Can you imagine how important this is? No, because I said, well, yellow and blue, we are going to get, and I told my husband, he asked why am I looking for yellow and blue? I said, because we are going to celebrate on TV today that YK's road to our house has been done, because he remembered when we come for the last time we went for Christmas party in your house, the road was very bad. But it was like, why are you celebrating that they've done road? I said, well, in Nigeria we celebrate everything, and we realize that when we appreciate what is being done, more will get done. There are many people in Ogun State who are begging and appealing that the governor looks on their own side. Some is still a massive eyesore. So we are grateful to God that the Alagbole...
Look at the after. Can you see?
Before is terrible.
Look at
but
that.
The after, it took a while, but we are there.
Wow.
They have not finished though. They are still there. But you know, because when I posted it on Instagram, a lot of people, someone in Lambe said, "Please help us."
All gotten to their side.
So we'll use this opportunity to please, Lambe. You know, that's not because we are enjoying.
Before it's forget.
The before.
They were swimming.
See, look at it. See.
Why you terrible? Terrible. Fantastic. Well done. Congratulations.
Cry. That my car that you people bought for me so far.
Yes, many times we'll repair.
The poor car will now be wondering, am I in London?
Became a boat.
Am I in London?
It became a boat.
The poor car will not be used to the good life.
So he's saying that the car had to be swimming, so the car.
No, the car now will not be used to this good life. We wondering what's going on now.
Where's the old road and the effect of people shopping and using the by the road? So there's a new road and has a new face. There's a way you use roads. Nigerians,
yes, all those
we have abused government. They have do their own. Do your own. You know, don't drop your waste on the road because a waste collector. Have a bin, buy a bin. My estate, we are suffering from lack of bin. We are living inside our waste because of lack of bin.
Yes.
So buy a bin, let them come and collect your waste. Don't sweep your shop into the gutter. It's not going to flow anywhere. It's going to flow right back at you.
Exactly.
So keep your waste, dispose of your waste neatly and nicely so that you can live and enjoy all the...
Just wanted to take a few moments to celebrate YK. And we know that you live now to 150 because now your road is better. That stress was stressing you.
I wish one was 150. Now only me go there world.
You don't want to live to 150. 150. Okay, how many years do you want? 120.
If I can still be like this at 90.
On the carry go.
If I can still be wearing my high shoe and be doing
So my sister's father-in-law died at 115. Some people say it's 105. We thought the disputed. My husband now prayed that I no magbo, I say you're on your own.
I don't want
because
to
I would have left you.
Why you toying?
Go and talk. I want to age gracefully. If I'm no longer aging gracefully, I'm exiting. I don't do finish with that.
YK will be looking hot in 120. Don't worry. It's not YK.
Amen.
120.
But anyway, I'm so, you know, because I saw the governor in Paris.
Oh, you did?
I did.
YK, you need to gist about this your Paris.
Don't give gist about this your Paris. What happened in Paris? What says in
I went up to him. I said, "Governor, our road."
What did he now say?
He said, "Which road is that?" I said, "Ayawole." He said, "I'm on it. I was there 3 days ago." I said, "Hey, don't let them chop your money. I think they have chopped your money."
They're not doing it.
That's another thing. The government would award the contract. The contractors will not deliver.
Okay, so we have about 4 more minutes. Let's drop Alagbole. Tell us about France. What happened?
Which France?
What happened with the president? Macron? What did Macron do?
The president.
How was his wife?
Let's go back to Alagbole.
We finish Alagbole's story. Tell us what happened.
Okay, so I want to read some comments because is it Lambe? You know, people are begging Lambe. They are very happy.
Back to the story. She doesn't want to gist us.
Never gist France and Lambe.
They are very happy.
You've heard Lambe.
Our road has been done.
But they are waiting for their
other people. So please, don't because when you are enjoying, you will not forget about
suffering of the others.
Oh, why are you so thoughtful like that?
Please, the ones that their roads haven't been done, please help us do their roads too. Because we will be praying for you. We will be praying. You will even do third time by the time we finish praying for you.
Like we have prayed for Alagbole and Alagbole
people are
good to go
for their own end. Yes, that is on the
side. That's all we can take on this segment. This is why YK doesn't just about France. No problem. Congratulations again to the entire community in Alagbole, and we're hoping that Lambe community too soon enough their roads will be fixed, and Abule Egba and other roads within Ogun State. We know our own state governor is doing work. I know we don't have problem with Lagos.
We need some
Ogun State, please, governor of Ogun State, help us fix all the roads in that area. That is all we can take on this YK segment. When we come back, we now go to our gist of today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, the empowerment for me.
Sex can make a relationship better.
No. Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person you see some sports?
That woman.
Damn!
Yeah,
Today
we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's catch up.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay tuned to TVC Entertainment for pure entertainment.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Oh, wow. My typical day is filled with meetings, consultations, and of course, traffic. And that's all part of the hustle and bustle of city life. But the real fun starts when I can just settle down and catch up with all my favorite programs on TVC. Believe me, it's pure entertainment.
Oh, hello guys. Come closer. Now this is not a magic trick, but I'm about to show you the best breakfast show on television. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
This is Wake Up Nigeria.
On Wake Up Nigeria, we take your mornings from drab to fab. A quick look at the newspaper headlines to keep you updated on news and current affairs. There's sports, great features and places to go, and things to do.
47, 48, 49, 50. It's okay.
It's lights, cameras, and movie madness because we squeeze the best blockbusters into bite-sized reviews. Our award-winning and sometimes Guinness World-breaking chefs perform a culinary masterpiece every single morning inside of the kitchen that leaves us salivating and asking for more. Our book reviews is always a page-turner with thrilling stories, gripping memoirs, and fascinating tales. We keep you entertained with music performances, trending topics,
Thanks for staying with us. So for the past 1 week, we've been discussing the other room matters consistently. And because YK is just into this matter, we have to discuss it just one more time again. So if you remember that controversial video that went viral about a doctor who had said that men cannot survive with just one woman, that apart from your wife, you should play outside matches if you want to live long. So joining us on is a doctor himself right now, Dr. Rashid Adedakwabasi. He will be discussing in depth with us on the reason he said that, because this is ladies of Your View. Your View is the #1 all-female breakfast show on Nigerian television. Everything I have to do with women is said on this show. So for the audacity for a man to say that outside, it's only right for him to come to Your View, to come and lay his case so that we can then discuss it. But you can join the conversation 081-270-53689, 091-390-7648. You can also send us messages on X and on YouTube so we can read your messages. For those who have no idea what we're talking about, we'll show the clips so we can remind you, and then we take the conversation.
Arabian countries that are predominantly Islamic, where polygamy is being allowed and accepted, which is part of their culture, they have traditionally recorded one of the lower numbers of prostate abnormalities. And when I say prostate abnormalities, we're talking about prostate inflammation from prostatitis to BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia, and then the big C word, prostate cancer. Why is that important? There is another direction to it. I believe as a medical practitioner that men are biologically wired to be polygamists. There are chemicals, and these are chemicals that have been established, called pheromones. The first time you saw your wife, Dr. Ken, she was not the most beautiful woman. She is gorgeous, but she was not the most beautiful woman. But there was a reason you were keened on her. You were linked on her because our pheromones and your pheromones linked.
Aligned, yeah.
And ever since, your job is to keep that attractiveness going. But however, with time and considering the stress exposure here, there will be some lessening of that attractiveness. That's what traditionally happens. If you've been married for 40, 50 years, your relationship with your wife now all of a sudden becomes a brother and sister type. You are no longer jumping on her the way you were jumping 30, 40 years ago. Why? Because the pheromones are now weakening. And eventually, it leads us to the bull syndrome. A bull is not going to have sex with one bull more than once. Variety is the spice. Variety is what creates men with pheromones. So yes, if I'm having erectile dysfunction, if you give me an alternate woman, a woman who is new to me, and her pheromones click, my ED will disappear temporarily.
Really?
Absolutely. And that's why men come to the clinic now and say, Doc, when I'm with my wife, this thing doesn't work, but when I go to my side chick, it wakes up.
Wow.
Hey.
Lenui. From your mouth. Nima, do you want to start? Let me give the floor to Nima. Let us start with Nima.
Yes.
You know that I kind of agree.
You agree with him? Okay.
Sort of agree. Because what my example that I have seen with my grandfather and my dad, I agree. So I'm not, but I'm going to say that how dare you in this modern time.
Okay, wait. Since you agree, let me come back to you. Let me start with this. Okay, talk about you. You agree?
Yes, please. I do not agree. I do not agree because we cannot. We can't. I do not believe that it is a good example to compare a human with animals. Not just because human beings are different from animals. Is that we draw lessons from animals to understand human beings, but we have capacity as human beings to reason and make choices in ways that animals do not have that capacity. So it is very belittling for me to hear a man give examples of how a bull behaves to justify how a man behaves. I'm like, he's a man. He has capacity to decide, I'm doing, I'm not doing. He has capacity to wake up and say, I will, I won't. And we can work on our emotions and hormones respond to our brain stimulus. So I feel that, are we trying to justify the proclivity, and the proclivity of men towards promiscuity, or are we really scientifically saying that the only option for a man is to have multiple partners as a way to deal with his inability to control himself?
Excellent, excellent. I actually like your angle of argument. That's morality. But my point to you is, whose morality are we defending? My great-grandparents, and I believe your great-grandparents, 5, 6 generations ago, did not get stuck with one woman. The idea of one man, one woman was given to us by the Westerners.
I agree.
It's an economic issue. But let me give you the scientific part. That's why I'm here. That's why I run the only men's clinic in Nigeria. We're the most populous black nation on earth. We have undue number of black men dying prematurely because of prostate complications. So Harvard women, not men, Harvard women did the research and look at what are the things we can do. You can give me the excuse of diet, you can give me the excuse of exercise. They have not been shown to significantly reduce prostate enlargement. You as a female, you are run by estrogen. I'm run by testosterone. My testosterone gets converted to what is called DHT. That DHT is the only source of food for my prostate. The only exercise my prostate gets is erection. So you're telling me that if you and I have been married and you approach menopause, which by the way, you want it to be so short, because the longer your menopausal age ranges, your risk of breast cancer goes up. But for me, I don't have any other alternative than to ejaculate. So the study came out that if men ejaculate 4 to 7 times a month, they have 30% increased risk of prostate problem. But if they get up to 18 to 21, their prostate risk disappears. And so now tell me, what would you do? What if I'm your brother? What if I'm just your son?
Okay.
What would be your argument?
So when I hear that, I get you. And then I now look at people like YK. YK is over 60 and she's very active. And that's very unusual for the average Nigerian.
I don't know if she's in the bedroom with me.
So because
I'm not
what
sure.
we are aspiring to do, because we are in our 40s, 30s, and we're saying we want to be in our 60s and be like a YK. We want to be active. We want to be active till we're 70. So because we've been told that, oh, once you're like 50, women start slowing down. We don't want it. And we are saying we're defining all that these days because 60 is the new 40. So we're saying that things are different. So why would you confine us to say, oh, because you're slowing down, now the man will excuse to go and look for the outside. We're saying, no, we are very capable for sustaining this thing till 70.
Bravo, bravo. I like that. If you can give 21 times to your man, please, I'm on your team. Honestly, if you cannot do it, I advocate and I believe medically that the man should outsource it. Now you can argue about my alternative, my options. The study researchers gave 3 options. One is pornography. I know you wouldn't want your spouse to be doing that. Yes. And medically, the second one is masturbation. It leads to addiction. The third one is option of polygamy. Okay. So it gets under the moral issue again. If you are not comfortable with it, but you can do up to 21 times, I'm on your team. Honestly. Because
you are qualifying. I love the idea of qualifying. That the qualifying of the fact that, okay, if your partner is able to satisfy you, not just satisfy you, ensure that you are healthy, because this is no longer just about your satisfaction. It's about the fact that you need this number to be able to be healthy and prevent you having complications from prostate.
Absolutely.
It is that men are now using your video as license because your video did not qualify the fact that they can have this 21 times with a woman.
No, but he's saying
is there any scientific...
No, but he's saying that even with your wife, that you have relaxed.
No, I just want to go there now. Yes. Is there any scientific proof that women cannot meet up with the 21 times per month facility?
Good. So let's face reality. So when a young girl starts a menstruation...
We're not doing reality, we're doing scientific.
I'm going to... Yeah, it's based in science. When a young girl starts a menstrual period, it's driven by estrogen. Your goal, and as a father, your goal as a woman is you want that exposure to estrogen to be short. Start your menses later, so because if girls start menses around 10, 11, they have a higher risk of breast cancer the longer they get exposed to estrogen. So you want the menopause to come quicker. When that happens, what goes on? Women are devoid of estrogen. Your vagina gets dried up. Your sexual urge decreases. And again, the issue I mentioned on the video is about pheromones. You are no longer as attractive to your husband as you used to be. And so when men come to my clinic, they complain about, look, when I'm with my wife of 25, 30 years, my body doesn't get turned on. It becomes a medical issue. But when I go to my side chick, my body gets turned on. You give me an alternate answer to that, and I will let the men know.
Okay, so I don't want to like it's only me and you.
No, we are enjoying you.
Because it's like when doctors, we talk about this thing that when doctors when you go and meet a doctor and you tell the doctor you have your sugar level issue, instead of telling you to stop taking soda, they will give you a pill. So we're not really treating the issue. The issue is not lack of the issue is lack of attraction. There is lack of attraction. So it should be go for therapy, get into each other, get more funky with one another, get the fire burning again. Not go and cheat. Because the issue is not a lack of ability, it's a lack of interest. But rather than solving, don't take soda drink, doctors like you will just prescribe pills, which does not solve the problem and might lead to further complications.
So I'm not just a clinician, I'm a researcher. I'm not going to give you a superficial answer and say, look, let's go to therapy. Therapy has not been shown to do jack. Let's look at what is causing the problem. The problem is hormonal. I am driven by testosterone. Unless you can give me an alternate to my hormonal response, going to therapy will just be a temporary fix. So when they discover pheromones, they talked about issues like, okay, maybe you guys should go on vacation, separate. They come back to find out that that would just be a temporary fix. A man needs to get at least 21 times to save the issue of prostate problem. You are not going to be living with a Foley catheter where you will not be able to perform socially. You are not going to be doing that. So let's address what is the underlying thing. There is a good reason God gave men testosterone until they go to their grave. Why do women have biological clock? My point to you, just like pheromones and the researchers have said, women have that short period. So yes, like my sister that could be still sexually active, we want that. Because there are other benefits. When a woman is engaged sexually active and she releases more oxytocin, her chances of breast cancer decreases. So it goes both ways for men and women.
You may want to jump in here.
Okay, well, let me just say my own example to talk about, because my grandfather lived so long and he never stayed with one woman. He had 4 wives, and he had younger wives, he had older wives. He had first 2 wives that were closer to his age, and before they passed, he had married my grandmother. By the time my grandfather died at 106, my grandmother was about 50-something. So something just to prove that. Yes.
Okay.
You know that this actually. But my dad was a one-man, one woman. and you can see
the difference.
The example, the difference. My uncle that is alive now has 4 wives. He's doing very well. Never been sick. He's doing very well. That in prostate.
Okay, so point taken. I mean, I like the fact that we have you in the house. And the reason why, aside from just helping us clarify on that video, it's also to learn a bit about the men. Because sometimes a lot of women, we get messages from women who are young, and after 2 or 3 children, they're in their mid-30s. Their husbands are not sexually active to them. And they are thinking they're still young, there's nothing wrong, and they feel that there's something going on. So when a woman like that is frustrated and the man comes to you, what kind of advice would you give the man? Would you say therapy, or would you advise him to go look elsewhere?
So the first thing we do at the men's clinic is we look at the biological. So we do the blood work. Because what you are bringing up is a serious issue. I'm seeing it more now. Yeah. I mean, I have men in their 20s who have not been able to get a woman pregnant.
Okay.
Honestly. And when we look at it, when they went back and look at the study, they actually now extrapolating, opening it up that the earlier you start having sex, the better for the man.
You're kidding me.
I'm being honest with you. This is all scientific. So let's separate the fact that we live in a conservative and hypocritical society. So I see younger women, as a matter of fact, without disclosure, a younger couple are about to get married, and the 26-year-old girl told the guy, go and fix your ED. If not, don't come to my father. I love that. I gave her free consultation. Because you know what? She is saving up problem that will occur 5-10 years from now, when the man is not going to be able to get it up. And the man is not able to get it up because he has not been able to convert his testosterone to DHT to use.
But let me ask, why, I want to add an
hydroxytestosterone.
I want to add,
converted from testosterone.
I want to add a small addendum to that question. I'll come to you, Nima. We are Christians.
Yes.
And we've been raised to be virgins.
Yes.
We've been raised to abstain.
Yes.
And we tell our sons and our daughters, and some of them to hold themselves. Some don't get married to maybe they're 29 or they're 30. Now, are you saying I'm putting my son at risk if I don't allow him to be sexually active early? Is that what you're telling me here now?
Yes, so my question is in line.
Yes.
Because as much as I understand what you're saying,
there are
the line of morality and religion is huge, and it's not hypocritical. Okay. Because we don't want to deal with, this that you preach, as scientific as it sounds, brings problems of requirement of DNA in future because of certain things.
Yes.
So how do we balance it morally? Yes. And how do we do it, so that, society can still function well?
No, excellent question, ladies. So one other angle I want to give to that is, I get young women or young couple coming in, and they're having difficulty conceiving. And the girl is fasting. There's no way she's going to conceive.
She's fasting.
She's fasting. And this is what churches and mosques preach. And she's fasting. So you tell me I want to bulk it? Yes, I'm going to bulk it. So I call the churches and I tell them, look, if you want to get pregnant, you're expecting the gift of God, do not fast. Why you and your husband are trying to get pregnant? Why? When a girl goes on fasting, she loses her LH and FSH. That is biological. It's not Dr. Abbasi saying that. When you lose your LH and FSH...
Break this thing down for me.
Honestly.
When a woman is fasting,
she loses her LH, which is luteinizing hormone, and her FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. That is the one that will tell your ovaries that, look, hey, let this thing flow, so the man's sperm will be available. The churches will tell you to fast. And so when you're fasting and the guy is not scoring, what is happening? You are going against science. There is a reason God gave us the knowledge of science.
Let me go on a break. Let me go on a break. We'll come back, we'll continue this matter. Stay with us to break.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Oh, hello guys. Come closer. Now this is not a magic trick, but I'm about to show you the best breakfast show on television. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
This is Wake Up Nigeria.
On Wake Up Nigeria, we take your mornings from drab to fab. A quick look at the newspaper headlines to keep you updated on news and current affairs. There's sports, great features and places to go, and things to do. It's lights, cameras, and movie madness as we squeeze the best blockbusters into bite-sized reviews. Our award-winning and sometimes Guinness World-breaking chefs perform a culinary masterpiece every single morning inside of the kitchen that leaves us salivating and asking for more. Our book reviews is always a page-turner, with thrilling stories, gripping memoirs, and fascinating tales. We keep you entertained with music performances, trending topics, and fun Friday games. And on traffic today from Shasha bus stop.
So you guys plan to set me up?
Nah. 60 seconds is not enough to tell you all about Wake Up Nigeria. It's like trying to fit a T-Rex inside of a teacup. You'd have to tune in every morning at 7 a.m. to enjoy a whirlwind of excitement, laughter, and unforgettable moments. Wake Up Nigeria, your tickets to a fabulous start every weekday morning.
I am so sorry I'm late. I'm currently stuck in traffic. So sorry.
Hi, we're about to start the show. Hey, yeah. See, we're getting ready. We're going to start very soon.
The show starts in 3, 2, and...
We're here again on your screens this beautiful morning doing what we do best.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam.
My 20 was 320. I suppose don't be one
At this point, I contest my jam.
I want to close the show. I can go. I can. That's all we can take. I choose to close the show. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shine.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, so we still have our Dr. Abasi here. I have a question for him, Carol. She says that some men struggle to sexually satisfy their wives, yet this doctor is encouraging men to take on multiple women. This is deeply unfair, as many married women are left feeling unfulfilled, leading some to even resort to adultery or using sex toys to meet their needs. This happens.
Absolutely, honestly, and that's one of the mantra of Heritage Men's Clinic is we are not encouraging just sex. We're talking about love making. Because women complain if a man is a 2-minute man. That's one of the things we fix. Women complain if a man is not getting erection in the morning. Because those are the one early signs that you should be looking for. If your man wakes up and his man who doesn't get up, that's the problem for cardiovascular. So yes, we are strongly at Heritage, we're strongly against a man that is unable to satisfy his woman. Yes, I'm advocating the 21 times because it benefits, but it's not all men that will be able to do that. Our own job is to be able to make sure that your man can actually do love making with you. Women are like oven. You need to be pre-heat for you to enjoy sex. Men are like microwave. We get turned on easily. So there is a natural discrepancy, and that's what Heritage is trying to fix.
Okay, so I'm going to blame you and your men counterpart. So every time we hear women, they will say, check for breast cancer, check. I'm just finding out that lack of morning erection is the cardiovascular.
Absolutely.
I've never heard of it. So why are you people not doing the campaign for that? As much as women, we talk about cervical cancer. I do an awareness every 3 years. I'm due next year. We do our breast cancer checks. I know how to do it. Every young girl knows what to do once they approach a certain age. We check. But we don't hear men.
No.
How often do men come in for, is there a particular kind of test, that they do for a diagnosis as regards men's health, and then how often should men be doing this?
No, fantastic question, honestly. So we live in a very conservative society. Talking about sex is still considered taboo. So when you're asking men, when they come into my clinic, the sign is there. It's like, do you wake up like this, or this? C is a full erection. And we tell them, if you are not waking up with a full erection, you're already having cardiac problem. That's not Dr. Abasi. This has been proven.
So this erection,
yes,
up to what age? If you are 80,
fantastic.
Are you supposed to?
My oldest patient is 92. He has a 4-year-old daughter, DNA proven. This is not somebody that swapped. Not by IVF. So ability for a man to wake up with an erection has nothing to do with age. It's all about blood flow. If your heart is pumping, some men woke up today, they're talking, they're alive, but they cannot raise their left hand because they're stroke, no blood flow. If I wake up and this guy doesn't wake up, there's problem.
He said this guy.
The guy.
Not say.
There's problem. So we have to get out of the conservative.
I have a caller.
Okay, you have a caller. I have a question.
This your show is preparing your body like this. A day from London. Thanks for calling.
Good morning. I'm enjoying that, doctor.
I'm sure you are.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a question for the doctor. My question is that, what are the fates of the Catholic priest who doesn't get married?
Thank you very much, sir.
Excellent question. And they live
long.
They live long.
Wait now. They did a study. They also considered nuns. They look at nuns. And they were looking at 80,000 nuns. And they looked at the people that were sexually active. This has to do with women. Because the nuns that have never had sex at all, they had the highest risk of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and cervical cancer. So for the men, we're looking at how to even access them. Because whether you believe it or not, why are the Catholic churches settling? Because all these people are doing things behind the door. Honestly, that is just the truth. So let's get out of the old society, the conservative thing, because we need to really face the reality. Your question earlier was about your daughter and your son and saying, look, we tell them in church, stay, abstain, do this, do that. They looked at sexually active young girls. Their risk of breast cancer is almost zero. What you and I should be paying attention to is, when is my daughter starting her menses? If she starts her menses before the age of 12, you are carrying 30% risk of breast cancer, whether you are there or not. And the same thing goes for your son. If your son is not getting rid of his DHT, trust me, I'm not wishing it on him, but it's going to develop enlargement of the prostate.
All right, so
society.
I have a question.
Wait.
Let me ask you. I wanted to ask, because I hear all this.
Yes.
I am 80-90% in agreement with you. I can't argue with you. But in this day and age of sexually transmitted diseases,
excellent question. Yeah.
You are telling men to go out and have sex. They will go and catch
what they should not catch.
Yes. Yes. No, I agree with you, and that's where we talked about society awareness and all that. So at Heritage Men's Clinic, we treat STIs, and we let people know that we let people know that we let people know that the condom is not even 100% protected, but we advise it. But the other part of the society you and I are not talking about, some men, because I do advocacy in other countries, they are telling us that the cost of condom is even too expensive compared to what they're going to pay the Olosho or pay the girl. So we have a bigger problem.
YK,
We have
me, I know that one. Please go ahead. I don't mind.
So we have a bigger problem on our hands. But the truth of the matter is, even the girl, whether contracted or not, she does not want to carry diseases. So the men themselves, they are not going into the rain without raincoat. We advocate, we tell them. So when they come in, STI is part of what we do.
Yeah.
We check it. Because there are certain STIs that you and I may have and we do not even know.
And let me take this call. Precious been holding for a while. Good morning, Precious. You're live. Hello, Precious. I think we lost that call. Yes, talk by. Okay.
It's almost as if, the devil has come to take over society.
Exactly. You're like the agent of the enemy.
When
on the pit of hell.
Ancestors, even in the ancient books, the Bible, the Quran, age of marriage was quite young.
Yes.
We will go and put it at 18 now. You say 18 old.
Yes.
You say they should start more. Are you going to advocate premarital sex? Are we going to advocate extramarital sex? Are we going to advocate everything against structure?
Moral solution.
Because structure is what marriage and society has put on ground. Such that bastards are not flying everywhere. So that
diseases,
children are not misplaced. Bomb over for should carry the one for the wrong and give the wrong. You know.
Yes.
So that there's a structural society, things are done normally.
Yes.
Now we bring this solution, scientific researches. There are gays. There's everything. It's like
it's confusion.
The end time.
No. Look, this is a legit question, and yes, you take me to the moral angle. Unfortunately, I'm not a pastor. I'm not an imam. But let me tell you the other angle that we look at these things from. When my grandparents got married at 16, 17, and she was considered old, what did the society do now? Look, I'm a feminist. I want my daughter to get PhD before she even looks at a man. But I also know the risk that the older she gets, her egg reserve is gone down. Men make sperm every day. Women only have one fertility day a month. And yet I want to be a grandfather. I want her to get a PhD before she even says hi to any guy. I have to pick. You have to pick one.
Okay, let me take Sarah. I'll come to you for a second. Sarah has been holding for a while. Good morning, Sarah. Go ahead, okay.
All right. So, I love that we're talking based on fact. Yes. I want to be sure that I hear you correctly, because whenever we talk about sex or we talk about relationship, we put the burden on a woman being humble, a woman allowing her husband to go out, and we never look at the perspective of the woman. When we talk about infertility, historically, they put the responsibility and the burden on the woman, knowing scientifically that about 50% of cases of infertility is caused by men. So, your statement that you went viral with was the fact that prostate cancer will reduce if men do 21 times.
Yes.
But you also now said that women also would have less risk of breast cancer. Please, I want you to expatiate on that statistically. What would make a woman have less breast cancer?
Fantastic. More sex. Hear me again. More sex. It's unfair that our society that our society blames infertility on women. It's unfair. We don't preach that because we know it's 50-50. And it's getting worse that even more men are even doing it. We don't have time for that show here. In Lagos, most men drink only bottled water. Bottled water decreases your sperm motility. That's for another conversation. Yes, to your point. So what is it that women need to do to reduce breast cancer is have more sex, and don't settle for a 2-minute man guy. Settle for a guy that will get you to reach orgasm. When women reach orgasm, she releases more oxytocin. Oxytocin will short your chance of breast cancer. Quote me and quote Harvard Review. So more sex.
What are women who are not having sex at all?
Good. That's the study about the nulliparity. The risk actually goes up in terms of reproductive cancers, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, cervical.
All right,
or
so
for women who has not had any child.
Let me bring in another, still within the balancing act.
Wait, I don't want to lose this caller again. Bella, I want to hold it for a second. Bella, are you there?
I'm there.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. I have in addition to what the doctor is saying. There is no how a man will just live without having sex for a long time that he will feel fine. And even in women who are sexually active, they are more healthy, they look more beautiful than the ones that are not having it for some time. And another thing, I want to shock you this morning. What we eat will determine what comes out of a man. For example, the evening clothes you people are using now usually decrease the sexual activity of many individuals. Let's say somebody that is taking this magic or whatever you call it. It's depressing the sexual center in the brain. That is why young people from the age of maybe 30 or 40 or thereabout, most of them cannot perform. That's because maybe the wife is adding up to 4 or 5 magic cubes in her soup.
Okay, thank you very much, Bella. Unfortunately, I didn't hear you, but Nima seemed to have heard a bit of what you said.
No, he was supporting
the doctor. Okay.
So another question I have.
Yes.
Because based on what you're saying, you mentioned that men, the pheromone, is pheromone only men have pheromones?
No, so women have...
I actually know the answer to the question. So because the way you said it was the fact that they will lose attraction. And the truth is, it happens in both ways. Society puts pressure on a woman to look slim, but we're not talking about the men also losing their belly fat. We're not talking enough about the fact that the focus is on men, make money. Women can be sexy and they will follow you no matter how big your tummy is. Can we share data as regards women also losing interest and the impact of women going outside? And
Excellent question. So let's talk about which society you're talking about. So in medicine, when a patient comes in, we say, who's my host? So Ghanaian men do not want slim girls. They send them to factory to get them fat. So yes, Nigeria and Western world might say, look, I want lepa. They want a slim girl. Yes. So the traditional men still want a woman that has everything. Right? So it's all about what are we really talking about? Yeah, what are you asking and what exactly do we want? Women also have pheromones. So women also lose that attractiveness. But hey, let's be honest. When a woman has a child, the man's role becomes number 2. It's no longer number 1. You can argue. Because women, the maternal instinct kicking and your focus is now on that child.
Okay.
God bless you, you have the second one. The man becomes number 3, number 4. Right.
Not
so always. Not always. Of course, there will be exceptions.
In most cases.
In most cases. So out of that, we have given you 5 days of menses. So the man is only entitled to 25 days of sexual activity. And you have to deal with the kids. So you get another extra day of headache, I'm tired and all that. The man is not getting it. And then you have to ask yourself, Emak Padadi, this man needs to live long.
Okay, so sir, you are already going to the men's side again.
No.
I was expecting that since we have established,
you see, why I want to agree with him.
We have established that the activity favors both men and women. But when he is giving example, he keeps using men. Not putting women. So if we have put
Doctor, listen to what he said. Wait. Nima, listen to what he said. He said, when a woman has a child, the man, her attention goes to the child. Look, look,
she too has needs.
I'm saying, listen, the woman will be thinking more of her children than of the man. But that is why, let me finish now. When the woman, look at me, my daughter is going to have a baby. I will run there. I will leave my man for 2 months.
Me, I will not.
I will say I'm doing omugo. And that's you. But tell me, at least 80-90% of women will go and meet their grandchildren, will go and meet their children. That is why when the child will buy ticket for the mother, the father will be at home looking.
That's wrong.
I'm saying because of that biological
attachment
between women and children.
Women can live that sexual need part-time. We have it. But some women, most women, not even some, can live it. I have an auntie. and middle-age crisis happened, and her sexual need went up.
Yes.
I wanted to help you.
Yes.
Went up, and she
Yes.
confided in me that
Yes.
it's no longer sufficient what she married.
Yes. Yes.
That, you know, what are the solutions that I can have,
Yes.
that I can get for her? And fortunately, the husband too confided and said he needs help. So this is a couple trying to do. So what can you do for such a couple, sir?
No, fantastic. And that they are actually progressive. We're looking for people like that because it's very tough for a woman to come out and say that. Women by nature, when they're engaged in sex and all that, it's more of emotional and an expression of love. For men, it's not an expression of love. It's a physiological, physical need. So if you find your man knocking a maid or anything, he's not in love with that maid. He has to respond to that. But we also understand that, look, it's unfair to women on many levels. But let's look at the coin side of it. The amount of stress that the men are going through and the women diverting our attention to the kids suppresses our own sexual need. It doesn't mean that she's dead. But now our attention to taking care of the kids actually reduces our urge. Traditionally, we're in a society where you are not the one chasing your husband. He is the one supposed to chase you. So if you are chasing your husband, more blessing.
Let me go somewhere, because there's the issue of masturbation.
Yes.
And so is it scientifically proven? Because there are some men who I know that are men of God, and I'm almost certain that they're not having extramarital affairs. Now, in your case, you're saying that it's either they are having the pornography, masturbation, or they're doing outside. So if we are clear that our pastors, our ministers are probably not having extramarital, is there a possibility that they might be hooked on pornography or hooked on masturbation? Because now there's a moral burden for society in that. Because how do we help those people who cannot openly go and have extramarital affairs because of the kind of position they are in? How can they help these people to have 21 times? Because there's a possibility that sister is praying and there's no way she can be available for 21 times. So how do we help those kind of men in that situation?
Look, I wish I have an answer for you, honestly. That's the hypocrisy of our society, not only in Nigeria. I have them in my US clinic. So we know that they're engaged and they're becoming addicted to pornography and masturbation. And we know they're men of God, but our own job is to keep their secret. So our own issue is, yes, you go to church. You are not going to church because of the man. You are going to church because of your own faith. Right? So we all have to worship God in the way we know best, not necessarily because of the person leading us. But that is the reality of it. They are either doing something or we have the data that tells us otherwise.
So I have this. Let me put this out there, and I think it's extremely important because we are not trying to point finger. That's why I was attacking. I was trying to cut you from leaning in your side, which is to lean on the women. The men need it, because as a woman, I know women need it. We have conversations amongst ourselves as women, and a lot of the conversation includes the fact that the women want, the men are not giving. Yes. The men are not giving. Yes. But we're not talking about it outside. It is private conversation.
Do extra.
You are now, what is now going viral is men need 21. I think what we should be saying and changing the narrative is to say, when a man wants some, he will tell his wife, I want you to prevent breast cancer, let's go. And even if the woman is telling you, I want to take care of baby, I want to breastfeed, you say breast cancer, cervical cancer, let's do. Yeah. Same way, if your husband doesn't want to do, rement your husband. No, I'm supporting. You didn't let me land. I said I'm supporting that the women are able to say, for your prostrates, let's do. So we are able to help one another.
I'm ready to jump on your advocacy, honestly. Yes, we need that. We need that. But we also have increasing number of women that will ask their husband, is it food? When the man is asking for more sex, is it food? Physiologically, it is. Physiologically, it is.
Food, though.
You and I eat for well-being. A man needs that sexual activity for well-being. Yes, but it is food.
You see, Tokpe is very. We have to understand Tokpe. Tokpe is a very highly virile young woman.
Yes.
And she needs it, so she doesn't want to hear food. Instead of going outside for that 21 days.
Let's do it together.
I'm here for you.
3 in 1 day.
Yes.
I have a caller.
Yes.
I'm a caller.
So let's say you didn't go in November, you will leave Mr. Man. For all this while, you think you are viral.
No.
It's yourself you're thinking of.
No, it's a lie. I take care of him before I go. I take care of him when I come back.
When you are gone for 2-3 weeks.
We take our caller, please.
When he's gone for 2-3 weeks, you are gone for 2-3 weeks. In
fact, I'm tired of this. Florence. It's not 10 o'clock yet. Florence, are you there? Thanks for calling. You're live. I think I lost that caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm happy to be here this morning.
Yes.
Hello?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
Listen to the TV.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. I just want to say, that the doctor is not stating his point from a balanced view. And I want to start by asking if he's married. Is he still married? If he's married, is he still married? Does he have children? Does he think about the implication of what he's discussing now? How does he think that his wife and children are feeling about
somebody's
this?
father?
He is
Thank you,
propagating?
Florence. Thank you, point taken. Somebody's father. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I'm married, and I'm happily married, and my wife and I discussed this. When the first video came out, this is actually my second video. The first video was the one about 21 times. She picked me up at the airport, and she's like, what's this? So we have to explain. But the issue is reality. When you're presenting fact, present facts. I need to get my 21 times. It's a matter of healthy living.
So the question Nigerians want to ask is that, are you getting your 21 times?
I'm trying.
At home? With home?
Oh, you are not even getting it?
Yes, now it's difficult. I'm trying.
So, but is it with mommy or is it your
No,
wife?
mommy is trying. Mommy cannot give me 21 times. That's the
So
reality.
you're acknowledging that you have side chicks?
See, I made that open.
Wow.
That is not, look, it's a matter.
Don't be clapping for nonsense. You're 63 years old. Don't be clapping for nonsense.
Let me tell you something. Honesty is the best policy. So here he is honest. There will be no problem in his marriage.
The truth shall set you free.
Yes.
Dr. Nima is
It's the problem of Nigeria. We are always lying. The government will lie. Human being will lie.
Can I go back to the guest? Nima, 1 second, please. I'll come to. Okay, let me let you ask questions.
So this 21 times.
Yes.
Does it have to be? There's something we call in law egress, egress.
Okay.
Does it have to be only that method that solves the 21 times, or are there other means?
Method,
because
what is that?
Somebody can be tired but be able to find other means, as using his wife as opposed to other means.
Yes,
so
especially because this day and age, sexual activity or love making does not limit you only to penetration. So whatever can make the man ejaculate, and the reason why it was supported in this study is the prostate. There's a theory called stagnation. If the prostate doesn't flush itself out, if you don't clean the gutters, the toxins stay behind. So yes, if my madam can do it but with a hand job, God bless her. 21 is 21.
Phone?
God bless her. 21 is 21.
Does it have to be 21?
Excellent.
You see, why is feeling guilty because she's not
no.
delivering for 21.
So they gave us
why is not delivering for 21? Now she's looking for.
The researchers gave us the option that yes, if you're not getting your 21, it doesn't mean that you're actually dying. That is a target goal for you. So if madam can give you 18, hey, sweeten her up. So next month she might give you more than 21. Yes, ma'am.
why are you not informing our Senate? Because sitting here, you've talked about early marriage.
Yes.
Sitting here, you've talked about extra solutions.
Yes.
And we have our marriage act saying one man, one wife. It's bigamy to have a side chick. You know, it's grounds for divorce. It's bigamy to have an extra wife. Oyibo people brought it, we adopted it. We know it's not our culture.
Not in Lagos State.
You know why our ancestors had what was working for them.
Yes.
We never thought to research that. So we adopted what Oyibo brought. Now, we're sitting here, and it's looking like everything that we legislated on is anti our health. So why are you not talking to these lawmakers so that we will have our own solutions? Because people don't agree that in the US, they still have their marriage age less than 18.
Yes. Yes.
With the consent and support of your elders.
Yes.
They have it from 14 to 16 in some states.
Absolutely.
In the US. And people don't legislate that. But when we want to copy Igbo, that part we copy. That's for one side.
Yes.
Then, you know, we don't forgive extramarital affairs here. It broke my heart.
Yes.
It can't come my heart. You know, so what awareness are you bringing so that women relax on this? This is not a matter that should break the camel's back, you know?
Nima,
relax on
I can't believe you can say that. But don't worry, let me let you.
That's a good point, and I'm trying my best, honestly. A couple of them that are my patients, I bring it up to them. But we still live in a closed society. Honestly, think about it's the problem. Think about the reaction just talking about sex. And this thing should be open. And then we allow Western world to dump everything on us. They took away the polygamy. They gave us one man, one woman. They're now throwing out LGBTQ. All these things are going to mess. So we need to be careful, and we need more legislative things to change. Honestly.
Sir, she said something.
Yes.
And I could see your expression lightened up. That women it shouldn't be a deal breaker. Women should relax, and you are very honest about your approach, you know, towards helping. No. He's honest about his approach towards helping himself achieve his 21 times goal. But you are here and your madam is over there. and your madam also needs to protect herself from breast cancer and cervical cancer, is she allowed to phone a friend?
So no. So
and would you forgive?
Wait.
If she phones a friend.
Wait. So just like I proposed, and the researchers supported the idea that masturbation, pornography, or having another woman is option. They gave the women the option. So yes, vibrator prices and vibrator sales has gone up.
I don't want vibrator. I want another guy. I want a side guy.
Exactly. Since a man can have.
Let him.
Remember, I mentioned earlier, when women have sex, it comes with emotional currency.
Okay.
Right? So that I would be unfair. I wouldn't want my woman to do that because she would be depositing emotional currency every time.
Really? No, not truly. No. I disagree.
No,
Let me tell you. Look at this man.
Wait. I came prepared. Wait.
We two are ready for you.
Women who do olosho, who do prostitution, the data tells us 69% of them are usually under the influence. Take away poverty. Why they are doing it for money? That is their own incentive. Women who strip, they're under the influence. The respectable ladies like you, you are not going to just sleep with anybody.
Dr. Bassi, hold on. Let me.
You are not just going to sleep with anybody. You are going to be emotionally attached.
Dr. Bassi, let me break it down for you.
Yes.
There's a possibility that a woman who loves you can compartmentalize her love.
Absolutely.
She knows that you are the father of her children, and she respects that. That's the. But there's Jerome. He's in her office. He's hot. He's TDH.
He's got 6 packs.
And there's a gym instructor who is different. So she has compartmentalized who does what. Your own is, let's us do missionary and we're okay. Your daddy was
adventure.
Other people have different roles they play. So don't pretend or don't make it look as if women cannot actually
no, that's not my argument.
No, that's not my argument. We're not emotionally involved.
No, that's not my argument. The moment you go with that TDH guy who's your gardener or who's the gym guy, the moment you find him with another chick, you get distraught. I don't do that. Because it's basically contractual.
Men do. Men get jealous of their side chick.
Sugar daddies do not want their side chickens.
You are right.
No, I agree. You see this thing about men's jealousy? You don't even want to open that cap today. That one will be
a symposium discussion. Can I go back to what Mariah said?
Okay.
We now have a lot of women who are in their masculine energy. Tested with testosterone in their body. Women that are able to do business at high level, and then, so they can compartmentalize scientifically. And so we make assumptions that all women are this young mushy. My husband knows, and I don't hide it. My children already know. I am not that person that I'm not going to do YK. I won't go and do 3 months, 2 months, or mugo. I am my husband's lover. Gum, body till forever. So if women can have that level, why are we as men and society not addressing that women can compartmentalize, women can have multiple partners, they can love you, a woman can love you for this, love another one for the way he does this, another one for the way he does this, same way.
No, I totally agree with you. That's not a losing argument for me. Yes, there are some women like that. Distance is not absolute.
But would you accept it for your own wife?
No, that would be a discussion we should have. Honestly, it would be unfair to me. It's not something I would want. But the truth of the matter is, she also knows the kind of husband she's got.
Because in your video, you said that women don't have men are not attracted to you. But when you meet a young woman, you go and have. So when you're not attracted to your wife and she needs it and you can't give her, she has to go outside now.
Absolutely, and that's a societal problem. We're seeing that. So because the men I see in my clinic, remember, my clinic is only a men's clinic. The men I see in my clinic come in with the complaint. Why is it that when I'm with my wife of 15, 20 years, this thing does not wake up? And when I go to my side chick or I see my side chick, it wakes up. And we know the answer. So it's not their fault. One of my own points today is for you ladies to know that when whatever happens, your partner is caught with another woman, it's not because he's in love with that woman. It's a physiological, physical need for him. Yes.
So I have a solution. I am of the opinion that women reinvent yourself.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And be available. As I am now, as long as I'm alive, I will meet my husband's needs. That's the way I plan to do it. Reinventing myself. Meeting his need, understanding all of that. So is that not a solution you're advocating? That the men sponsor?
Absolutely.
Because if a man were to spend the side chick money on a wife, he will see something. He will see Arabada, he will see drama.
Exactly.
Look, I'm in support. If my wife can give me 21, if you can give your husband 21, God bless you. Good. God bless you. God bless you. But let's face the reality. Let's face the reality. One of the things that makes men enjoy new marriages is your body's presence of estrogen. That estrogen makes you getting turned on and being lubricated easier, and the man enjoys it. The moment you become menopausal, it becomes a little bit tough.
How about the therapy? Hormonal therapy.
Okay, good. No. So we did the hormonal therapy in 2015. We stopped it in 2018 because it was causing cancer. We did it. Women jumped on it, especially professional women. Their life, look, it was night and day. But then we went back and looked at the study. We started seeing increasing breast cancer, increasing cardiovascular issues. So we backed off. Now, my women that come to my clinic in the US, they have to sign a waiver. I'll put them on estrogen. If they get their estrogen back, their sex life comes back.
Okay, we have to wrap up with you. We have to wrap up.
You see, I'm very sad of this because I can see that Murayo is so sad. She's just thinking of her life, and you know, I'm very sad.
Why am I sad? What's sad?
I can't because
what's saddening me?
She's just doing like this. She's nodding her head. She's it
God have mercy on you. God forgive you. We have to wrap up.
Before we wrap up,
what I have gotten, let's give you comments, please. Let's give you comments.
No, not comments. This one is about the first topic.
We have to go. But I think what I would like to take away from this conversation, a final word, is that obviously this sex activity is important from both parties.
Yes.
It's part for men, it's part for women. And I think we should be responsible and there should be full disclosure. However, men want to plan to get their 21. If it's with their wives, it is very possible with your wife if you are consistent. And if you are one of people like Dr. Abasi,
yes,
you have a conversation with your husband. Yes. But I think also our viewers should know that women also have these same needs. And they're equally entitled to have these conversations on how they plan to also meet their own needs.
Yes.
That's all we can take on today.
Please, Olu Dayo or something. He said that they should please look at Abule Egba Road. Please help us.
All right. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.